What's up guys, Untamemadman here. Today I'm playing the Stanley Parable on the computer. And so I've got all these options here, but one thing I like is if you look down here it shows what I'm doing on the screen. So there's nice stuff here, you can see it up there. And it's down there as you go through. And also at the top corner there I can see the fraps counter that I'm using. You probably can't see that, I don't know if that was shot for you, but it shows up down here. Yeah, and there and there and there. I think it's this good game. It's been recommended to me by a couple of people, a couple of friends of mine. So thought I'd have a play with it. Let's begin. D is never the end. Is never the end. Is loading. E. Ooh. So I'm guessing that's the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is loading. Never the end. My guess, anyway. So it is loading, 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 loading. The Stanley Parable is loading. .com/.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Is it?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Oh.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Sounds fun.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley is lucky.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
What?
Something he would never quite forget.
Something?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
What?
Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Can't jump, okay. Very nice painting. What's the time? So it's 11 o'clock. So I've been at my desk almost an hour, so I get in at 10 o'clock. It's not too bad actually, working hours. I can crowd. I hate Mondays. I hate end days, I'm assuming that's Mondays. Some paperwork on my desk to follow. Can I go on my desk? No. Some keyboard here. If I go there. I'm assuming that my computer's on there. Nice little swirly chair. Can I just sit on the swirly chair for a minute?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
What?
He had never been trained for that. No.
I'm not trained.
This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
Yes, I can.
I will be happy.
I'm happy.
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
What? It's never the end, never the end. Okay, same thing again, okay. Oh, don't change. No, it hasn't.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that.
I just can't do this.
This couldn't go anywhere except badly.
Trained.
The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
I'm just gonna wait.
But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Yep.
Eventually, someday, they would arrive.
Yes,
soon,
they will.
Very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
Tell me what
Now
to do.
it's just a little bit closer.
I don't know what I'm doing. Help
Now
me.
it's even closer.
Help me.
Here it comes.
Okay, loading again. Okay. I think I meant to go out the door. Yeah. Probably. Hang on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Welcome to the whiteboard engine? Okay. Okay. Well, the whiteboard ending, everybody. Woo. What do I do? Is that it? You guys, originally this was not a game, by the way. This is a mod for Half-Life 2 that got turned into a standalone game. So it's quite awesome. Whiteboard ending, actually.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Screw you. Screw you, innovator dude. I'm going this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, the employee lounge is just amazing. I just want to chill there for a minute.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Number 1, Dad? No, I can't see.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, this door looks pretty interesting. Where's that? I don't know, this way, it looks cooler.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I finally got a chance to do what I want. I finally got this chance to do whatever I want. Warning, do not jump from cargo lift while in motion will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off cargo lift, $5,000. So do you have to pay $6,000 if you do both? You misuse it and jump off? Got a card on there? No, I must have left my ID in the office. Whoops.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be...
No.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do,
Yeah.
Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
No one tells me what to do.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yes! See, guys, I just know exactly what I'm doing here. Nothing stopped me. Oh.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he
Jimmy?
would never be alone
Tim?
ever again.
Martha? Where are you guys? Jimmy? Where are you? If you don't come out and turn your computer off. Jimmy? Oh, well, I'll turn your computer off, you lose all your work. Yeah. What are you going to do about that? What you going to do about it? Yeah? Martha? Jemima? Turn your computer off too. Waiting input. Input received. Oh. Get on top of this desk. Okay, let's go this way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Well,
and
we didn't
Stanley knew it
finish.
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
Yeah.
first, just to admire it.
That lovely employee lounge. Sit on his leather chair.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on
I'm not
his
paying any
left.
attention to him. Go away.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Let's go on.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. I realize that
Evil
investing your
person.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yep.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Great.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Really?
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm colourblind.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
I don't really like to follow arrows. They make me nervous.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've
Yes, I do.
chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Good.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Yeah,
Broken
broke
rooms,
it.
exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes,
Do
it
you not
was.
think I put a lot of time into that?
No.
Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want
help.
to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
Yeah.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing
That's
so
what I
far.
want. Vehicles and
Tell you
skill
what,
trees and
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
enemies and...
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Yeah, development textures. Oh, office space alternative.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can
Yes.
understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1?
Yes.
That's not even
a 1.
helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
Everything.
But I guess it isn't my place to judge.
You said be
Here,
honest,
based
okay?
on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
Previous
Let's
playthrough.
take
I've
a
only
look.
played through this once. Whoa. The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. That's a lot of doors. What? Hacks? People have hacked. They're all offline. What a surprise. Yeah, I'm winning. I think I'm winning. How long did it take you to get the correct door? Complete against others through your Stanley Parable career. In total, lots of old doors, a lot of steps. Well, there's a lot of endings this game. You're gonna... Okay, skip this intro sequence. The worst part of 3% of players use blue door. Hey, shut up. Lots of players are more attractive than Stanley. This most superior than dead rat. Okay. Okay. Go through this nice door again.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again,
No.
honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some
Yeah,
playtesting.
new games.
You
Come
wouldn't
on, I'll
mind
show it on
taking a look at
YouTube.
it, would you? Perfect.
Get it promoted
Let me
for
boot
everyone.
it up.
I get it promoted for everyone. Everyone can see it on YouTube. It'll be good bit of promotion for
In
your
this
game, okay?
the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the
Yeah.
desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
Okay,
so
let's
why
start-
don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I'm just being really mean to the baby. Yeah. Alright guys, I've been playing this for about 3 hours now. I'm not getting any message out of this. The only thing I'm getting is I should be burning this baby. It's annoying now. Baby's annoying me. Screw it. No, I can't. It's just mean. I'm sorry, baby.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me.
okay, it's just not my
I'm
style.
not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Did I win? I won!
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game?
Yeah.
Just to ease the pain.
Yeah, let's play someone
Let's
else's game.
see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What game are we playing, Frank? Oh, it's good. Oh yes, Minecraft! Come on,
Well,
let's do some
Stanley,
hardcore
is this any
parkour.
better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing
Made by
to do
Mojang. Let's do
with.
some digging. Come
But
on,
is
Frank.
it enough? Tell
I'm
me
gonna
that,
call him
Stanley.
Frank. Why not?
Will it ever be enough?
Let's do some digging.
Well,
Let's
I'll
find some
say
diamonds.
this.
We're doing
I'm
this
done making
hardcore.
things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Okay. Where?
This will go here. No, here. And then...
It's a really
See,
professional
what
house.
does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art
I don't like
and
it, you
feel
made it.
ashamed at your own inadequacy.
I can look at some of the
But
stuff
you've
I've built
only
in
seen
Minecraft.
it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Yes, come on.
Diamond everything.
Yes.
Yes. Come along,
Diamond
Stanley. We
trees.
have to go mining.
Let's go. Here's a cave.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a
Gravel,
light?
Mushrooms? No, I don't need light. I've got
Oh,
high gamma.
no. This
Get
is
some
far more
iron.
open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5.
Oh,
Even
come on,
the
it's
diamonds
Minecraft.
couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh, well, I was enjoying that. Come on, what's wrong with Minecraft? Bit of MC, come on. I was in the zone. Let's get some diamonds. Okay, I hate this guy. Not letting me get some diamonds and everything. Hey.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Get into it. Just smash the log. I'm taking the video with me. Let's go have some radio time.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Got a cube, put it on there.
Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these.
Stand here. Where are we? Filing cabinets will be there. Work in progress. Yeah, the alpha. Overspace alternative. Beta. Please rate your experience. Please rate your experience. Beta. Is this the Stanley Parable beta or something? I don't know. That's so cool. Filing cabinets going there. This is a good plan you got here, mate. Well thought out game. What's in here then? Oh. Lol, that was a fail. Oh. Oh, this is the original Half-Life mod. Oh my god, yeah. Let's go in here. And this way. And this way. Let's complete the game, guys. I cannot see a thing. Frank? I don't know what I'm doing. Help. Confused. Nothing's going my way. Skype's making messages. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Help me. Help me. Something tells me I'm not meant to be here, but I like it. Help me, Frank. That is your name. Hope it is. Please help me. Please? I'm lost. I'll go this way. Completely lost. I can't make decisions. Too many decisions to be made. There's a light. But do I go towards the light? It's too much decisioning. Oh, it's like... It's my office. That wasn't there before. Push buttons on the desk. Yeah. It's a nice place. Hello?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
Can we go back to Minecraft?
He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Yeah, I can wait too. I've got time. I'm not doing anything right now. The end is never the end, is never the end, is loading, is never the end, is never the end, is loading, is never the end. Alright, back in game. Time is ticking.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Yeah, it is.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
Okay.
knew it perfectly
Done my
well.
way.
Perhaps he wanted to stop
I
by
don't
the
need you,
employee
Frank.
lounge first, just to admire it.
I don't need you.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh no, sorry, Skype distracted me. What? What did you say? I couldn't hear you. Skype was...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
No.
I'm not your enemy, really,
you
I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult,
Yes.
but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this
Really?
time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Hi, Mom.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Her? GLaDOS or something? Can I drive this? Come on, let me drive it. Oh. I don't really want to go in there. Oh, okay. Whoa.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do.
Hello? Hello? This is your mother? Hey, my name's Stanley. Wait, what? This has
Oh,
changed.
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Confused.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
That's a nice place.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Really?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
So returned
Now
to a
he's
desk.
pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
Nom, nom,
Now
nom.
he's going home.
Peace.
Now he's coming back to work.
Yay, work.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Yeah, choices. Press R.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
We've reached Press 4 to watch TV, okay.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Yeah. Yeah, I said the
So
same with the boys.
he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
I wanna play this game.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Telling me to push buttons.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stan.
What? Did I press a button? Did I do something?
We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
Oh. I'm alive.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
I'm not gonna leave. I like this guy. He told me the truth.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, alright.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not
Feeling a
getting
wave
fired.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve dispute with a co-worker? Let it boil up inside you to get past the question on other co-workers. Okay, good. What do people want? Things. Happy feelings? Mike James, you are fired. Money. More money. Things, but with money to buy. More things? Graphs. Graphs about things and money we have on your product. Stripes. Required more secondary research. What is hot? Profits. Target demographic teenagers. The stock market is somewhere here. It's a very interesting meeting they had it to do. Wait, increase graphs per slide. Please no more charts, please. I'm begging more charts. The boss pushing. This is too complicated for me.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I have a fear of heights. I can't do it. Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yeah.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Too strange. Can't
And
be
at
real.
last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm dreaming, guys. I must be dreaming.
This is all a dream.
Yeah. It's a dream.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt
I'm gonna wake
to
up
have
in a minute.
finally found an answer, an explanation.
I'm sure of it.
His co-workers
Wait, can I
weren't
just
actually
back
gone.
buttons?
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Photocopy doesn't work.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself
beeping.
flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whee! I love
Then
this
he
game.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley
Yeah.
marveled that he had still not woken up. How
I love
was he
this game.
remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
What?
Now,
I'm
hearing
dreaming.
the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
I'm dreaming.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Yes.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
Yeah,
This
really
voice was a
voice.
part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He
Yeah.
would prove that he was in control.
I'm gonna prove
That
this.
this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
I just want my life back.
My life is normal. I am normal.
Yes.
Everything will be fine. I am okay.
What? Nothing's changed.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is
up.
Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Ah.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? different game.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
I'm not crazy.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
I know what is real.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for
I
that
got a
day.
meeting today.
The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Crazy man.
And then she turned and ran.
What? Am I playing so now? Is this the meeting? What's going on? Alright guys, that was the Stanley Parable, part 1. Found a couple of endings in there. The whiteboard ending. It's a very fun ending. The crazy man ending, I'm going to call it. What other ending was there? The alternate game ending? So guys, thanks for watching. Like and comment. Like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more Stanley Parable stuff. If you want to see more Minecraft, that kind of thing, more stuff on my channel, like, favourite and subscribe. Comment below if you want to see more Stanley Parable. This game's actually quite interesting. I like how you get all the options and it affects everything else. So yeah. We also found the...
But Stanley simply couldn't.
Shut up, Frank. We also found the fake wife ending. So yeah guys, I'm Untamemadman. This was the Stanley Parable. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.